Wow. Okay. We have to do this again. We have to do this again from the very beginning. So here we go. Right from here.
What happened?
Because I forgot to press record. So now we're recording.
Okay.
Just listen and enjoy. Good grief.
Right. Very close.
Very close.
See that?
It's always very close.
But it's also like Blink.
Blink is
There
very
was
close.
There was a lot of very close ones like that.
Right. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Doctor Who radio show featuring two guys known as the Bost-Whovians. I'm Lucas.
I'm Jimmy.
Yes, we are. Well, that's what he is. I'm right now we're just a little thrown off because we consumed something that there's a possibility we should have not consumed. And I'm very upset about it. My throat hurts.
My throat still hurts too.
It does. It's not as bad as it was because the initial reaction was extreme coughing. Can you label it like that, where you're coughing so bad that it's to an extreme degree?
Yes, I was just glad that there was no blood involved in the coughing.
Oh God, that was just terrible.
Because it was painful. It was really painful. I mean,
very terrible.
Just not good at all. Not at all.
No, not at all.
What happened? This really goes to show the importance of having the ingredients to make a TARDIS, so we're not left with decisions like this.
Right.
Because we didn't have all the ingredients, so we had to
implement
make something happen last minute.
Right.
And so you pulled out all these little bottles, and you said one of them was alcohol.
I made an assumption.
I couldn't quite get what it was just from aroma.
It smelled like dirt.
Well, I think that was the bottle itself.
The bottle looks very old. It's what is that called?
Plastic?
No, not the plastic. The actual bottle itself, dude. It's you put alcohol in it. It's like that big. You know what I'm talking about? There's a specific name for that little bottle. Never mind.
Flask?
Forget it. That's it. Flask. You knew it the whole time. You could have said something.
Yes, I did, but it was much more fun this way.
It always is, making me look stupid.
So yeah, it was some kind of plastic flask of something, and it just smelled weird. So I took a tiny sip, and it didn't taste very good at all. So what I did is I shook it, kind of mixed it up a little bit, and then
you gave it to me.
No. Then I had another sip.
Oh no!
And then it still didn't taste very good.
Oh.
But I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Like maybe it's just something that I don't like. You know how some people don't like. I don't know.
Dying? Because that's what
dying.
It tasted like. It tasted like dying.
No, I was thinking of certain foods, like beer or coffee or olives or anything. People that don't like a certain flavor.
Like coffee, beer.
I like coffee and I like. My roommate doesn't like raisins.
I don't like raisins either. I prefer grapes the way they're supposed to be, not dried out and disgusting.
I like them both ways.
No, I like.
Wolf likes prune juice.
Wolf.
Wolf.
So what's her name called him? Wolf.
I just watched that episode today.
All right, so you probably just
heard...
That
was Gene Roddenberry's wife, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
The voice of the computer?
Mm-hmm.
Deanna Troy's mother?
Yes, I know that. You want to throw out some more random Star Trek topics on a Doctor Who show?
Okay, we start with Doctor Who, but we go into all sorts of geekery.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Mostly because of me.
What, I'm not allowed to go dive in to geekery at some point?
You can. It's just you're not very experienced in it.
No, I'm not. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
If it's not Star Wars or Doctor Who, I don't know.
Shut up. So, you probably heard the music we had playing in the background. That music, of course, is from the episode we're discussing tonight.
And again, I do want to apologize in case there's any coughing, because my throat's still a little, yeah.
And if we die during the show, please call 911.
Yes.
We're not telling you where we live.
Then again, only if you're listening live. If you're watching this on
YouTube, watching and
then
we
it's
die,
not really going to help us tomorrow morning.
We actually may get 1 million hits on this. Dying live on the radio.
Ooh, I wonder if anybody's thought of that before.
You mean to die on the radio?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
I don't know.
I know somebody
It's
falls.
not on purpose. We're not trying to die.
No.
Definitely
I
not.
like life. I like
We're
the
just trying
combination.
to find a nice drink to have.
Right. And I like the combination of living and breathing. I think the two go very well together.
Very, very good. And blinking. Do you like blinking?
Not when I don't have to, because watching this episode.
Not for this show. Yeah.
No.
This is a great episode.
This is an amazing episode.
To watch with people for the first time.
That was one of the greatest experiences ever. Kevin.
Nothing
ladies
beats
and gentlemen,
what happened to Kevin. People get shocked and scared and everything by this episode, but nothing was as funny as what Kevin did.
Well, this is a good episode to introduce somebody to Doctor Who. This is an episode I was introduced to the show.
Because you don't have much of the Doctor and the companion. You have someone that's just finding some stuff out. You got a lot of interesting time travel storyline going on, so it's very interesting.
It's fantastic. It was terrifying. It was great. So Kevin is sitting there with his cell phone watching Blink on YouTube when the whole episode was available, because it's not available anymore.
Has it really been that long ago that he watched that?
It's been like 7 months. And it got to the point in the episode where...
We've only been doing this 7 months.
Dude, we've been doing this since April.
That's like 8 months.
Well, okay, maybe it's... I don't know how long ago it's been. It doesn't matter.
It might have been 7 months.
So
I'm sorry.
he's sitting there looking on his cell phone, and the scene pops up where that angel finally moved, and you could see it in all of its
Not
horror.
when it finally moved. There was the point where it came out and it was all scary, but it was still far away.
Yeah.
When Larry went and looked behind him, afraid that there might be another angel,
one,
and then he looked back, and it's just boom right.
And when that happened, he jumped, and his phone went flying
through.
It was so funny. We lost it. We had regretted that we did not video record that and post it here.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
That would have been so funny. We probably would get money for that clip. We probably would.
Everybody would have shared that. It's an interesting thing, though. If you are introducing people to Doctor Who or just to that episode, they're getting to that episode.
Warn them.
No.
Warn them.
No.
Why not?
Record it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Record it and then post it. Post it on our page. We'll post it. We'll share it.
Well, I meant warn them about the episode, because I had no idea what to expect with this. I had no clue what this show was going to be about. I wasn't expecting to be that terrified. I wasn't expecting to be that entertained.
Well, I was not so shocked by the idea of moving statues.
Okay.
Gargoyles.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Everybody knows about gargoyles. They can move. They can come alive. Depending on it's basically like your vampire or werewolf story. Depending on who's writing it and what frame of mind or frame of reference they want to come from.
But this episode
depends on like that.
This episode was so much more
that come alive only at night when the sun goes down, something like that. Usually considered to be creatures of the night.
Right, but I think the weeping angels are so much more terrifying than that kind of stuff.
Well, they are in that this is something not like classic horror. Classic horror, or anything that frightens you. Go back to the time you were a child. What did you do? Something frightened you, you covered your eyes. You looked away. You ran and hid. Do not do that with this. Because if you do, that's when they have you.
Yep, exactly.
And that's one of the great things why I like the Angels and the Silence, because on both of them, you have to stay looking at them. You are still terrified, but you have to keep in contact with them. Otherwise, you're done.
Right. So this episode, it introduces us to this alien that we've never seen before. And we got a lot of clips we're going to play tonight.
Kathy Nightingale.
What? She's not an alien.
Well, that's who's on the screen.
Right. We're going to play a clip where they show the first person that gets zapped back into time. Into the past.
Is it really the first person?
The first person in the whole storyline of the show.
Oh,
there's
but
evidently
not continuity-wise.
No, because in the episode, what's his name? The guy with the face. You know, that guy with the face who liked Sally?
Billy?
D.I.
Shipton?
Detective Inspector Shipton. There you go. So he brings her into the garage thingy and says, all these cars...
we are that technical, folks.
Yes,
the garage
thingy. So He says all these cars just went up to the house. What was it called? That drink
Dremlin, something Dremlins.
Drumlin.
Dremlin? I just watched it this afternoon.
That drink
Not
screwed
even
us
this
up.
morning.
Wester Drumlins. Wester Drumlins. And all of them just disappeared. Engine's still running.
He said some of them, the engines were still running. Yeah.
So she's just one in a long line of people that got sent back into the past.
But not Sally. Sally went there twice and survived. 3 times and survived.
What?
Sally went. Then she went and got Kathy. She went back again. Then she went and got Larry.
Oh, to the house. I thought you meant she went back to the past. I was like, dude, that didn't happen. The crap you talking about?
No.
Get your facts straight.
No, she went back to Scooby-Doo's house 3 times.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah. Man, that's the reason why we played Scooby-Doo at the beginning.
Because when Larry gets there, he says, you live in Scooby-Doo's house.
We don't even have that clip.
I know. I was trying to find that, and I couldn't find it.
So here we go. Listen to him.
I was in the middle of London.
You're in Hull.
No, I'm not.
This is Hull.
No, it isn't.
You're in Hull.
I'm not in Hull. Stop saying Hull. Who are you? Why are you here?
So
I love it.
All right. So in this,
she's getting kind of pissed off about that.
She was getting upset.
Like, stop saying
Hull. So in this particular scene, they're in the house looking, and the angels get her, and she's interacting with her best friend's grandson. And that's crazy.
Because her best friend's not even married, doesn't even have a child.
No.
This was the episode that reintroduced me to Doctor Who. I had not gotten involved with the 2005 reinventing. And again, not like a reimagining as like what they did with Battlestar Galactica or some of the movies that they're bringing up to date with from old shows or old movies. And they're not just starting it over. This was something that they redid and went from the Doctor. You had the 8th one, and now you went on to the new Doctors. So I had not watched anything with Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, whatever. And this was about 2 years ago for me. And I had been with workmates that had told me, dude, you got to watch the new Doctor Who. It's fantastic. And I hadn't, but it wasn't until I met you.
Wow.
Well, not met you, because we had known each other before, but when I moved to this area and we started hanging out more, and you're like, you got to watch Doctor Who, and I'm like, I've heard about it. I know about Doctor Who. I'm always skeptical about these updates and the reimaginings because sometimes they just don't work. Sometimes people want to change too much. And there are things that Davies, that Moffat, and I'm sure Mark Gatiss, as he comes along, is going to want to change from the classic.
Right.
But they still try to tie it in. So that was good. But so I was reintroduced with this episode. And yeah, it got me thinking, okay, I need to watch more of this. And it's hard to find the episodes that are this well written. And sorry, excuse me.
No, you're absolutely right, dude. We're dying
acting,
here.
The acting, the writing, even without the special effects. The special effects doesn't bother me because I grew up on crappy sci-fi. Remember up north, Opie and Anthony?
I vaguely remember that. I remember the name more than anything else.
They did lots of things talking about, crappy sci-fi, like from Lost in Space. And one of the things was
Will
like,
Robinson.
Help, there's a Hoover vacuum after me. Help, I'm being chased by a spaghetti colander. Because, or go back to when you and I watched some of the classic Who, and it was clearly a cardboard figure
falling,
being thrown into some fake pit.
He twirled.
Yeah, and it was just so. But you have to be able to be sucked in with the story, with the writing, with the acting. That's what grabs it all together because I grew up with sci-fi where you didn't have all this CGI that made it so good.
Yeah.
So there had to be more.
Instead of computer graphic imaging, it was crappy graphic imaging. Mm-hmm. It was so bad.
It was graphically horrible. But this episode reminded me a bit like Back to the Future. And again, going with the third one, where Doc gets zapped back into the past,
Right.
and then as soon as he does, what happens? Marty gets delivered a letter.
Yeah. I
Saying
completely
this is
agree.
where I was, and so it gave me that reference point that okay, it was Doctor Who, and again, this is a good episode because it explains a lot of things because Sally has no idea what's going on.
None.
So
None.
because you don't have so much of the Doctor, so much of a companion involved, there's a lot of explanations that are being given, as well as a terrifying enemy
A very terrifying
being introduced.
enemy. I mean, can you imagine seeing that? I mean, looking at a statue and then you look away for a second, and then it's right in front of you.
You know, it reminded me of something. I'm going to see if I can find it. So,
While you're doing that, we're going to play a clip.
okay, do that, please.
Very good.
He was the very first person I met in 1920.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
You're going to stop following me?
No, I don't think so.
To
So-
take one breath in
all right, we'll keep
2007 and the next in 1920 is a strange way to start a new life. But a new life is exactly what I've always wanted.
1902. Told him you were 18, you lying cow.
My mum and dad had gone by your time, so really there's only Lawrence to tell. He works at the DVD store on Queen Street. I don't know what you're going to say to him, but I know you'll think of something.
All right, so fantastic scene, fantastic clip. She basically is reading the letter from her best friend who got zapped back into 1920, and it's totally confusing her. She can't figure anything out right now. All she knows is that her best friend is now dead.
Right. Now, again, this is going back to what I wanted to talk about.
Mhm.
There was a sign on the fence
Okay.
to Wester Drumlins. When Sally is climbing over it, you can see it. It says danger or warning, a dangerous structure.
Okay.
And this is something that I had found online, and it was talking about, this is a quote from Doctor Who magazine, February 2013, Stephen Moffat on his inspiration for the Weeping Angels. This is the introduction to the Weeping Angels. Stephen
Okay.
Moffat came up with the idea.
All right.
This
what you
is
got?
his story on how he came
What
up
you got?
with it. He says, there was an abandoned church with a dangerous graveyard. Yes, dangerous. Officially dangerous. The gates were chained up and there was a big sign saying, keep out, dangerous structure. Which is very similar to
Right.
that right there. So this is why, though. What happens, he says, well, could you have resisted? I went and peered through the bars. And there, among the ancient leaning gravestones, was the statue of a lamenting angel. The way it looked at me, I felt sure that this was the dangerous structure. Yes, dangerous.
Stranger's ducture.
Sorry, I moved my thumb and it switched to
It's
the
still
next
funny.
picture. I'm
It's
just
part of our
the
show.
dangerous
Keep
structure
going.
in question. A dangerous statue hidden in a graveyard. A few Christmases later, long after Blink, we were back at the hotel. My son Joshua and I went for a walk past the church, and it all came flooding back. Hey, I said, want to see the original Weeping Angel?
Wow.
I took him to peer through the bars of the damaged graveyard. Dad, there's no angel there.
Wow, that's creepy.
There wasn't. There really
Wow.
wasn't. We left fairly quickly.
Oh my goodness, I can imagine.
I know, that's kind of giving me goosebumps right now.
That
just
yeah,
thinking
that
about
kind of gave me
I
a
mean,
little bit of
'cause
shivers.
What would you do? A building that I used to work at had these statues.
Yeah, I remember you showing me
God,
that.
they were creepy, and they look like they're watching you wherever you go.
Yeah.
One of them looked just like the Weeping Angels. I've posted
Oh
the
yeah, I
pictures
remember that
before.
picture. That was,
I was like,
terrifying.
and everywhere you went, she was looking at you, up, down, left, right, everywhere.
Should have threw something at her, like an egg or something.
Well, then again, I'm at work. I can't do that.
Yeah, all right.
I can't
I was trying to
deface
kind of an excuse. But...
property that doesn't belong to me.
Well, is throwing an egg really defacing? 'Cause you're not-
Painting, yes.
All right.
Even a statue, yes.
All right.
And then again, the shop next door did have some statues that they were selling.
All right.
And they very
Creepy statues.
Weeping
All right,
angels things.
let's go into another clip that was just after this. I think this was a fantastic part of this episode, which really gave the whole wibbly wobbly
Flavor.
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
Giddy up.
I was just throwing out a random word.
That was it, though. That was what I was thinking about.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Started well, that sentence.
It got away from me, yeah.
Okay, that was weird. Like, you can hear me.
Well, I can hear you.
Okay, that's enough. I've had enough now. I've had a long day and I've had bloody enough.
She's
Sorry.
getting mad and yelling at a
Bad day.
TV. She's yelling at an Easter egg
Yes, she is.
on a DVD.
Yes, she is.
So that was, again, this was the intriguing part of this episode. And I loved the way they filmed that scene with David Tennant
Yeah.
and worked that into different conversations throughout the episode.
Yes,
That's
they
what
did.
really made it interesting, to make it sound like he was involved in several different conversations when it was really only the one between him and Sally.
Well, that's one of the things that makes this one of the best shows on TV. It's the reason why Doctor Who averages 80 million viewers per episode. Like, okay, a few weeks back, this popular show that's around here in the United States, they were bragging on a commercial. Watch with its
Oh, stop. What show?
scandal.
Scandal. What's that?
It's a show about a scandal.
Ooh.
Scandalous.
Wow.
So they were
The
like,
title really.
watch with its
Gives them away.
12 million viewers. And I was like, 12? Once you get to 80, then you can talk to me. Because, it's the most intriguing.
Well, okay. Do people around the world watch American TV?
No, because most
That's
American
the
TV
problem.
sucks.
So what about American TV? Stack that up to other American shows. Maybe 12 million's good. I don't know. We don't have 12 million. We don't have 1 million. We don't have 1,000. Well, I'm going with likes to our page. And that's true. You can find us through YouTube and Google Plus and Pinterest. So people may be listening a lot more than what we have liking our page.
I think there are more people
But-
than we think.
Again, we certainly don't have 1 million.
No,
I would like 1 million.
I would love 1 million. That's why each week we talk about our millions
And millions.
of fans, because we have the goal to reach that, and we're going to.
Eventually.
No, soon.
That's still eventually.
Yeah, I know, but I just
it's
wanted
not now, so it is eventually.
Shut up. We're going to have a clip to go to.
Eventually, no. See, if you take the root word of eventually, it is
Event,
event. So
all right?
it is an event, and it is one that has not happened yet. So it is eventually. It is an event that is about to or will happen. It's not now, it's later.
All right.
So it could be 100 years away, it could be tomorrow, it's still eventually. You freak.
Why are you calling me a freak?
Because I have to explain English words to you.
No, you don't.
It's like people that you have to explain every little thing that, what does that mean? What does that mean? And it's like,
Okay.
how
So,
have you made it this long in life without knowing what things mean?
I know what things mean.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about somebody else now.
Who are you talking about?
It doesn't matter
Hey,
who I'm talking about.
You had me go ahead and release the name of a show, so you gotta have to go ahead and release the name of this person that is evidently.
I work with some I work with some people who need to be explained a lot of different things. And
like,
it's sad.
like the guy
like,
who you have to explain what his call number is.
there's a learning curve with any job.
Yeah, but
And-
numbers? Numbers?
Okay,
How do you not know your number?
at the most, we usually have 5 people. So
Right.
there's 5 different numbers you could be.
Yeah.
After a month, he still does not know which one he is.
Wow. Have you had a face-to-face upfront conversation with this clown? Have you?
I try not to.
You afraid that?
I don't want to talk to
Are you
him.
afraid your IQ level's going to drop?
I'm afraid that I may just yell at him and maybe hit him.
All right.
I
I
get
can bring-
so aggravated talking to him over the radio.
Look, you could hit him with this K9. He's pretty heavy. You want to hold him?
He is kind of heavy. Wow. That's not heavy enough.
That might hurt though. If you hit him in I don't know, prefrontal cortex.
I'd rather hit him with this glass.
This is heavier.
Yes, but this might shatter and cause other little bits to go into his skin.
Bits. That's
Bits.
graphic. That's graphic.
Although I will drink whatever's in it before I throw it at him.
Please do. Matter of fact, let's drink now.
Well, we can't both drink. One of us has to be talking and doing something.
No, we don't have to be doing anything. We
You
don't.
see how that worked?
Yes, I do.
You sipped, I talked, I sipped, you talked. That's how it works. We can't have too much dead space. If we have dead space, people lose interest and then they go away. And then we have millions
And millions
of unlikes. And we don't want unlikes. Unlikes happen, but we don't want a lot of them.
No, we don't. No, we don't. All right, hold on a sec. All right.
Is this Mark?
Yes. All right.
Is he telling us what the crap we drank?
He said marriage mechanic. Marriage mechanic?
What is that?
Yeah.
I think it is something that a mechanic might use. I
I'm
don't know.
telling
That
you-
stuff was awful. And it burned my throat. Although the scratchiness is going away now.
It is going away somewhat. So I
But
said
that
that makes
was awful.
I said that makes no sense. I said that was the worst. So, all right. On that note, we're talking about a friend of ours named Mr. Mark Scott. Mark is a friend of
How
both
is
of
he?
ours.
It's been days since I've seen him.
Well, it's going to be a lot longer because he
Yeah,
moved.
Will.
Him and his wife have moved from here. They're going to Arizona, and then from Arizona, they're heading to South America. They're going to Costa Rica. So there's a good chance it's going to be quite a while before we see them again. So it's kind of sad.
Arizona sounds very desert-like.
Well,
I don't know that I want to go there.
Him and I had a very close friendship, and I boo-hooed. I shed some tears at the fact that he left. So, Mark, you're going to be probably either listening in live or watching this on YouTube. So,
He better be.
this is specifically for you, my friend.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. One, two, three.
How many licks
Oh.
does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll
That
center
is
of a
one of the
Tootsie Pop?
first commercials I
The
remember.
world may never know.
Yes. The reason why I played that is because when Mark and I first met, we didn't really actually click. And then one day we were out inside of a neighborhood and we were looking for a house that somebody may have lived in. I don't want to know what's on that screen. I really don't want to know what's there. I really don't. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. So we were looking for a house that may or may not have been occupied. So I pointed a house and said, that one makes, somebody may live there. And so he said, let's find out. And as soon as he said that,
Let's find out.
we
Nice.
both at the same time said 1, 2, 3. And we've been almost best friends ever since. And matter of fact, we've had a number of times where we've both had the exact same thought and ended up saying the exact same thing at the same exact time, which is just crazy. So this other clip, Mark, is specifically for you. Just listen and you'll probably grasp exactly what it is, man.
No, oh no, I just made my last payment. Ooh. Call that a knife?
So that clip, it's a character from The Simpsons, Hans Moleman. He gets driven off the road, goes down an embankment, stops, right before the tree, and the whole car explodes. He didn't even hit the tree.
And this is funny to you.
It's hysterical.
He died.
No, he didn't die.
He-
He's still
He
alive.
blew up in a car.
That doesn't mean he died. Haven't you seen Hollywood? Anything in Hollywood?
I've never been to Hollywood.
I have. It's a dump.
I have not.
I've been there with Mark. We were surprised at how much filth is in Hollywood. At any rate, Mark,
Filthy people?
no, just filth in general. Like if you walk down the Hollywood Walk of Fame, like every block is drugs and prostitution.
Wow.
It's all you see is shops to get free
Are you
drugs.
exaggerating?
I'm not
I
exaggerating.
know you are a person who enjoys exaggerating.
No, not exaggerating.
Yeah,
Mark,
are you saying you don't enjoy exaggerating?
no, I'm saying I'm not exaggerating with this.
Oh, okay.
The fact
I thought
okay,
you were disputing the fact that you like to exaggerate. When I know for a fact you do.
yeah, I do exaggerate sometimes,
Yes,
but
you do.
not that this.
Everybody does.
So, anyways, Mark, from Jimmy and I, we love you, man. We hope that you and Tiana have a fun time wherever you're going.
We wish you the best, many blessings, and we hope to hear from you frequently.
Yeah. Sign up to Voxer. You can message us anytime.
Yeah.
Good idea. Huh?
Great.
It's a great idea you came up with.
Absolutely. I love that idea. I'm glad I gave it to you.
Exactly. Either way, man, we're going to miss you. We're really going to miss you. So that is my little shout out to you tonight, all right? I promise you that. All right, so we're halfway through our show now. We have to give shout outs again.
We love Asa! Thank you, Asa! You're the best! I love you, Asa. What? He's gonna hear that, and he's gonna sense and feel my sincerity. And you laughing doesn't help. I am 100% sincere in my love and affection for Asa Parker.
Oh, I think my face is completely red now. Oh,
I was
God,
joking
so
last
funny.
week, when we talked about replacing him. And by we, I mean me.
Yeah, I know you were just joking.
I know Asa knows that too.
But just coming
But yeah,
out.
he really ripped into me about that.
On our page or you to you personally?
Onto YouTube. He called me out on YouTube.
Yes, he did. Wow. See? And there it is. That's the only thing I'm upset about with you, Mark, is you left that drink here. We don't know what it was. We drank it, and now we're probably dying.
And whatever he messaged you, I Googled it, and I couldn't find it. Crap explaining what that was.
And he hasn't responded to what I said to
I
him.
think he is yanking our chain.
Are you yanking our chain? Are you lying to us? We will find out, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, now.
And we will not go to where you are and hunt you down.
Because
we will be mad.
Well, not anymore. Can't be mad at you, dude. We're best friends.
Well, you can't be mad if you die.
Oh, exactly. If
You
we're
could
dead,
die.
we're not mad anymore. How about that?
Yeah. What?
Exactly.
That's not making any sense.
Well,
okay, so thank you, Asa Parker,
Yep.
ASAPCBU.com or ASAPCBU on Facebook.
There you go. Sounds good. We
Love
also express always appreciation to TitusBlue.net.
What are they up to? 83 channels? I saw that posted this week. 83, 84, something like that. It was 80 something.
80 something?
And yeah, that's a lot. They got a lot of sponsored channels, but their main one is always free.
Yeah, and it's
they
awesome.
play lots of good and lots of cool stuff.
And they play a ton of Doctor Who. So
yes,
if you're bored and you just want to get your Doctor Who fix,
or maybe it is like what you just said, you need your fix.
Yeah,
it's been a while. I mean, we've got a long way to go until New Who.
A long
August, way. September, they're saying.
Well, there's rumors that there's going to be a special episode in April.
Why?
Well, to continue basically after the regeneration.
Why?
I don't know.
Why April?
Oh. Because sometimes they put like a special episode in April. They did that with, the thing.
Why?
I don't know. Remember the thing, the
Nose?
Planet of the Dead? That was an
Yeah.
April episode.
Why?
XYZ. I don't know. I don't know. I just threw letters out there. You said a letter. I threw 3 letters.
No, I wasn't saying a letter.
I know.
I was using a word.
Yes, I know. I'm familiar with the word.
I'm
why.
sorry. Do I need to say? Yes, I was gonna say. Do I need to say it like you?
Why?
Hawaii. What?
I do that just to get on your case.
You put the H before the W.
Why?
Woo.
Why?
Dr. Woo.
Woo. We're now
How come
watching
you don't
Doctor
do-
Who,
how come you
everyone.
don't do it with
Doctor
who?
Who.
How come you don't do it with who?
What?
How come you don't do it with who?
Because it's just who.
Doctor Who.
Because it's just who.
Why isn't it Woo?
I don't know.
Is it too close to hello?
I don't say Hawaii.
Like a Barry?
You say Hawaii. I don't say Hawaii. I say why.
That you just said Hawaii.
That's not Hawaii.
You
It's
did. You said
why.
Hawaii. No.
And what. And where. And I do it just to get on your case, dude. Just to get on your nerves.
What?
Oh.
Who?
Okay. Whatever.
Why?
So let's go to another clip.
Whatever.
We have another clip of Blink to play. Because this is the greatest episode in Doctor Who.
Wait, is this the one we gotta tell them about?
No, this is not the one we're gonna tell them about. We'll get to that in a minute.
Make sure.
We found that there too. Somebody's idea of a joke, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
But what is it? What's a police box?
Well, it's a special kind of phone box for policemen. They used to have them all over, but this isn't a real one. The phone is just a dummy and the windows are the wrong size. Can't even get in it. Ordinary airlock, but nothing fits.
She already has a key.
But that's not
She's
the
also
big
wearing
question.
a
See,
sweater.
you're missing the big question.
Big question.
Hey, what's the big question?
Will you have a drink with me?
I'm sorry.
Drink? You? Me? Now?
Aren't you on duty, Detective Inspector Shipton?
Nope. Knocked off before I left.
Nice.
Told them I had a family crisis.
Why?
Because life is short and you are hot.
Nice.
And later in the episode, he says,
Ever?
Life is
Maybe.
long.
life is long.
Phone number?
Moving kind of fast, D.I. Shipton.
Billy, I'm off duty.
Aren't you just?
Is that your phone number?
Just my phone number. Not a promise.
This is.
He looks so
Not a
pleased with
guarantee.
himself.
Oh, he's.
Not an
And no,
IOU.
wait, it's coming.
Just a phone number.
And that's Sally.
Sally Shipton. Sparrow. Sally Sparrow.
Said his last
And
name. His last name.
He's all sorts of happy
He's
now.
like,
wait,
I'm the man.
Here comes.
Don't look at me.
Phone you tomorrow.
Don't look at me.
Might even phone you tonight.
Don't look at me.
Definitely gonna phone you, gorgeous girl.
Definitely better.
You
There
definitely
it
better.
is. There it is.
She was embarrassed. She got out of there, but she wanted the call.
Yes.
She wanted the call. Have you
Yep.
ever done that? Forgot your last name? You
Oh.
probably have.
No.
Um,
There's not many people in the country with my last name. I've looked. I've only met one person in my entire life outside of my immediate family with my last name. One person.
I've been to many different congregations in my time, and I have never been to a congregation that did not have another Shaw.
Interesting.
At least someone that visits there with a Shaw name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very
Have not been related to the last two, but there have been Shaws there.
curious.
Crazy.
Sometimes they're black.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Hey,
Sorry.
easy. Don't
I
kill
hit
the
my
microphone.
microphone.
Don't
I was
kill
just
the
trying to get a
microphone.
sip.
All right. So the very next scene after that, Billy
Not the
ships.
very next scene.
No, this is. I'm saying the very next scene is when Billy recognizes the TARDIS, and then, well, he doesn't know it's as a TARDIS, but he sees the angels all around, and they weren't there before.
Yeah, that wasn't recognizing anything.
I'm just saying he looked and saw the TARDIS,
He was detecting and inspecting
and he saw the angels.
and shifting. Sorry.
So, anyways, he saw the angels, was curious, went over to investigate as he
And
would do.
then he
Blinked,
blunk.
and this is what happened next.
This is a great scene.
This
too.
is a great scene.
Welcome!
Where am I?
1969. Not bad as it goes. You've got the moon landing to look forward to.
Oh, the moon landing's brilliant. We went 4 times back when we had transport.
Working on it.
How did I get here?
Same way we did. Touch of an angel. Same one probably since you ended up in the same year. No, don't get up. Time travel out our capsule. Nasty. Catch your breath, don't go swimming for half an hour.
I can't.
Fascinating race, the Weeping Angels. The only psychopaths in the universe to kill you nicely. No mess, no fuss, they just zap you into the past and let you live to death. The rest of your life used up and blown away in the blink of an eye. You die in the past, and in the present they consume the energy of all the days you might have had. All your stolen moments. They're creatures of the abstract, they live off potential energy.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Trust me, just nod when he stops for breath.
Track you down with this. This is my timey-wimey detector.
The lunchbox.
Goes ding when there's stuff.
Yep.
Also, it can boil an egg at 30
Stuff.
paces. Whether you want to or not, actually, so I've learned to stay away from hens. It's not pretty when they blow.
I don't understand. Where am I?
1969, like he says.
Normally, I'd offer you a lift home, but somebody nicked my motor. So I need you to take a message to Sally Sparrow. And I'm sorry, Billy. I am very, very sorry. It's going to take you a while.
Hello?
Wow. All right, so
Yeah,
Now-
we can stop
we
here
have to
because
stop
this
here.
this now leads into what I think is the saddest scene in this episode,
which we are going to see in a
and
second.
it gets worse every time. I watched it this afternoon, and there were still tears.
Well, you're an emotional person. It's not surprising that she shed a few tears.
It's just every time.
Well, because
I don't
she
get used
just-
to it. The second, right here, because I can see you, heartless person, are about to play.
What are
this
you
clip,
talking about
and
that I have no heart?
You have no heart, none whatsoever.
Dude, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you that when my friend Mark left, I shed some tears?
We're gonna miss you, Mark.
Shut up. I shed some tears. When a friend of mine died, I cried. Another friend of mine died, I cried. When I
This
did
is-
something stupid not
This
too
is
long
more
ago,
real
I
than your
cried.
friends.
What?
This is more real than your friends.
Doctor Who is more real than my friends? How dare you?
I love Billy Shipton.
Are you saying? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say now.
Do you not love Billy? Do you not love Sally?
So the friendship we have here is less important to Billy Shipton, the
Okay,
fake character in Doctor
Whoa,
Who.
whoa, whoa! Stop it now, you heretic! You will not blaspheme in my presence.
Do not blaspheme! Do not blaspheme!
So,
you Dalek.
Okay, I want to say, in all of our time together, I have never seen you die.
Of course you haven't seen me die.
Do you know how many times I've watched Billy die?
It's a TV show, dude.
You don't understand.
No, I'm not saying
You-
it's not a sad scene.
No, you
No.
don't understand.
Dude, I shed a tear when the 11th Doctor said goodbye to the TARDIS
the bald
head.
chick?
No, huh? What?
The bald chick. Oh,
Amy.
Handles.
Not Handles, Amy.
Yeah, the bald chick.
Yeah, she is bald, but she wasn't bald
They
in the
were
episode.
both bald then.
They were both bald. They were both bald.
They were both wearing
Wigs.
fake hair.
I mean, you couldn't tell so much with Matt Smith.
You could tell
totally,
with her. Oh my
totally tell.
God, she looked like a bald chick with a wig.
That's exactly what she.
Because it
looked like.
didn't even look like her hair.
No,
not even close.
Not even close. All right, so we're gonna get into the next clip. So, we have to let our fanions know. Coming up soon, we posted on our Facebook page that we will be playing a clip, and we posted the clip to our Facebook page. So when we say go,
We'll all hit play together.
exactly,
And we'll all watch it together. And that way, you will not just hear the audio, you'll be seeing it as well.
right. And for those of you listening at a later time, what you can do is go to our Facebook page, find the link that we've posted. That might take a while. Find the link that we've posted.
Are we really going to have a bunch of posts between now and then?
Well, we do have a lot of posts, but I'm saying you can find the link to this particular scene that we're going to watch in a few minutes, and you can watch it with us as we're listening.
Which is why we're giving them a heads up now.
Exactly.
So that while we're playing this clip and they're listening, they can go and find our page and do this one. It's Bost-Whovians on Facebook.
Giddy up. Here we go. Oh, no, I didn't mean go from the other scene. I mean, we're looking at a scene now. We haven't gotten to that scene just yet. Because I said go, and I said...
Millions of people have just hit that scene.
Well, pause it. Wait. We're not there yet. Here. Let's get this one going.
You know...
Shut up. Quiet. She's going to approach Billy.
It's raining.
Your favorite Billy. It's the same rain.
Billy?
He married Sally.
I think so.
Sally?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't marry Sally.
What I
But
think
he was married to Sally.
is that I think it's her friends.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Stop.
It was raining when we met.
It's the same rain. She looks nice.
Her name was Sally, too.
Sally Shipton.
Sally Shipton. I often thought about looking for you before tonight. But apparently it would have torn a hole in the fabric of space and time and destroyed 2/3 of the universe. Also, I'd lost my hair.
2/3 of the universe.
Where'd you get
that
when he met her?
There's a man in 1969. He sent me with a message for you.
What man?
The doctor.
That look on her
What was the
face.
message?
Just this. Look at the list.
What does that mean? Is that it? Look at the list.
He said you'd have it by now. A list of 17 DVDs. I didn't stay a policeman back then. Got into publishing. Then video publishing. Then DVDs, of course.
You put the Easter egg on.
Have you noticed what all 17 DVDs have in common yet? I suppose it's hard for you, in a way.
How could the doctor have even known I had a list?
Alright, I guess...
What the crap, dude? You didn't even get the full scene? Thank you. I
hold
didn't.
on.
I don't need to cry now.
Alright, hold on.
I
Here
only
comes...
just got this.
I asked him how, but he said
There you go.
he couldn't tell me.
Fresh tears, dude.
He said you'd
Shut
understand it one day.
Fresca lágrima.
Never would.
Soon
Know your
enough,
role and
I'll
shut
be-
your mouth.
No, gorgeous girl. You can't. There's only tonight. You told me all those years ago that we'll only meet again this one time. On the night I die.
Oh, Billy.
It's kept me going. I'm an old sick man, but I've had something to look forward to. Life is long and you are hard. Look at my hands. They're all man's hands. How did that happen?
I'll stay. I'm gonna stay with you, okay?
Thank you, Sally Sparrow. I have till the rain stops.
Alright. So we're going to stop it here. Because I personally think that him saying that he has until the rain stops was very deep. Very emotional. Because of the fact that he knew it was just a matter of time before he was going to die. That's touching. That's tough to handle. I mean, thinking about the fact that this is a woman that he loved. Well, I don't know if he loved her, but he was so excited to have met her, and then within a few minutes, that aspect of his life was taken away from him. He got zapped into the past and had to basically relive everything else. And then thought so many times, if I just look for her. But then he would have done so much damage to the universe and the time, and then finally he gets to just wait to see her one last time before he dies.
Okay, I don't think he would have damaged anything.
Even though the doctor said so?
Rule number 1.
The doctor lies.
The doctor lied so that he wouldn't find her on a different night until then. So that he could deliver the message in the correct
So he
order.
probably lied on purpose to make sure everything was done right, so he could get his
Because
status
the
back.
doctor has met himself.
Yes, he
on
has.
multiple occasions.
Yes, he has.
And no universe exploding and dissolving 2/3 or 1/3 or 5/3.
5/3?
It's a bank in Griffin.
I know that. I'm familiar with Fifth Third Bank. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's so stupid.
I was hoping if I put my money there, is that what's going to happen to my bank? I put in 1/3 and then I'll have 5/3. That might be a wise way to invest. If I give you 1/3 of my money and then you, in return, give me 5/3 of that.
Wow. We should go to
I'll take it.
We should go to Fifth Third Bank and ask that question.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think they're going to have an answer for us.
Yeah, I don't know why they came up with Fifth Third or whatever.
Well, out of every third bank,
crazy bank,
they're the fifth one of them. That's what I'm assuming it means.
Huh?
Out of every third, they're the fifth. It's the fifth third bank. So out of every third bank, they're the fifth.
What does that even mean? That doesn't make any sense. Out of the every third, they're the fifth? What the crap does that mean?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You can ask the fat. The fat might know.
The fat doesn't know. Go back to your home, adipose.
All right. So, everyone listening in live and everyone listening in later, now is the time to go to our page. You can pause this right now. Go to our Facebook page. Find the link to this episode. Don't blink. Doctor Who Blink Series 3 BBC. The link is there. Go ahead and listen to it as we watch it now.
I'm a time traveller. Or I was. I'm stuck. In 1969.
We're stuck. All of space and time he promised me. Now I've got a job in a shop. I've got to support him.
Martha?
Sorry.
I've seen this bit before.
Quite possibly.
1969, that's where you're talking from.
Afraid so.
But you're replying to me. You can't know exactly what I'm going to say 40 years before I say it.
38.
I'm getting this down. I'm writing in your bits.
How? How is this possible? Tell me.
Not so fast.
People don't understand time. It's not what you think it is.
Then what is it?
Complicated.
Tell me.
Very complicated.
I'm clever and I'm listening. And don't patronize
clever.
me because
That's
people
what
have
got
died
his attention.
and I'm not happy. Tell me.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah, I've seen this bit before.
I had to show my shirt.
Get away from you.
Because this is the whole thing.
Is that what that was about?
Next thing
Yep.
you're going to say
All
is, well, I
Well,
can hear.
see what I'm wearing.
Weeping Angel.
Weeping angels.
We're prepared for tonight.
Well, not hear you exactly, but I know everything you're going to say.
Always gives me the shivers, that bit.
How
I
can you
love
know
Larry.
what I'm going to say?
Larry's awesome.
Look to your left.
What does he mean by look to your left? I've written tons about that on the forums. I think it's a political statement.
He means you. What are you doing?
I'm writing in your bits. That way I've got a complete transcript of the whole conversation. Wait until this hits the net. This will explode the egg forums.
I've got a copy of the finished transcript. It's on my autocue.
How can you have a copy of the finished transcript? It's still being written.
I told you I'm a time traveller. I got it in the future.
Okay, let me get my head around this. You're reading aloud from a transcript of a conversation you're still having.
Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
Actually, never mind that. You can do shorthand.
So?
What matters is we
I
can
can't do
communicate.
shorthand.
We've got big problems now. They have taken the blue box, haven't they? The angels have the phone box.
The angels have the phone box. That's my favourite. I've got that on a t-shirt.
Pausing it real quick. I used to have that on a t-shirt. I don't know what happened to the t-shirt. No idea. I think they came and took it. The Angels. All right.
You know, people are listening to this clip and they didn't pause.
No, I paused it. They should pause it. So.
What do you mean, angels?
Yeah.
You mean
You
those
say I'm
statue
pausing?
things?
They don't know yet.
I said that.
It's all out of sync now.
But they're just statues.
Yeah,
When you see them.
What does that
sunk
mean?
it.
Lonely assassins, they used to be called. No
That's
one quite
live
knows where
radio,
they
dude.
came from, but they're as old as the universe, or very nearly. And they have survived this long because they have the most perfect defense system ever evolved. They are quantum locked. They don't exist when they're being observed. The moment they are seen by any other living creature, they freeze into rock. No choice, it's a fact of their biology. In the sight of any living thing, they literally turn to stone. And you can't kill a stone.
You can
Of course,
bust up
a stone can't kill you either, but then you turn your head away. Then you blink. And oh yes, it can.
Don't take your eyes off that.
That's why they cover their eyes.
He looks
They're not weeping. They can't
He was
really
terrified.
Their greatest asset is their greatest curse. They can never be seen. Loneliest creatures in the universe. And I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. It's up to you now.
What am I supposed to do?
The blue box, it's my time machine. There is a world of time energy in there. They could feast on forever, but the damage they could do could switch off the sun.
How?
You have got to send it back to me.
How?
Don't know.
How?
Yeah.
That's it.
And
I'm afraid
that's it.
There's no more from you on the transcript. That's the last I've got.
Okay. Okay. Can we stop it here?
I don't know what stopped me talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Of all the things that Larry could have added to there, shorthand or not, he couldn't have written 3 letters. He couldn't have written how, and then she could have been given an explanation,
He was probably too terrified to be writing by now.
and she didn't add it into the notes that she kept for like a year?
They were probably scared to death. So basically, at that point, they were like, "I'm not writing anything else because I'm about to pee my
Okay,
pants."
I'm going back to the owl. 3. It was 3 letters. How? And 1 little symbol, and a question mark.
2, 3.
3.
Not 5?
They couldn't not 5. 5 is right out.
Yes. Yes. It's right out. Remember the counting, Shelby? No, whatever. I can't remember.
Thou shalt not count to 4.
No, either count out 2.
Thou shalt not count to 2 unless directly proceeding to 3. 5 is right out. Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
That's right.
Oh, this has been a great episode tonight. All right.
It is a great episode. I enjoy this episode. I watch it a lot. I probably watch this a few times a year.
Do we want to finish up this clip?
Anytime it's on
Or do we want to
TV,
talk
I'll
about it?
watch it again. I don't know. I think we're done. I mean, because we've
We are
only got
done.
a couple minutes left.
We only have a couple
So
minutes left.
we can't really waste another minute
No.
on that.
No. No.
Um,
no.
But it's a great episode. It's something that we use to introduce people because they don't need to know a lot about Doctor
No, that's
Who
the
to
great thing
watch
about it. Yep.
It's something that it's sad, it's terrifying, it's intriguing.
It's funny.
It's hard to find a person that doesn't like it unless they just absolutely don't like being scared, which
Yeah,
there are
'cause
people
some
out there
people-
like that.
Right.
But I think that goes contrary to human nature. Humans love to be scared.
Some people don't.
The
and
horror genre does
I know.
fantastically well.
Right, but I know some people who specifically avoid all the episodes of The Weeping Angels. And they're missing out on some of the best episodes.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, I know it's bizarre, but I'm just telling you what they
Wicked bizarre.
do. I know that.
Because you can't. The Weeping Angels are fantastic.
They were even in the most recent episode, which again was still a disappointment.
No, barely.
Yeah, there could have been more of it.
That episode was a disappointment.
Yes, it was. Sorry,
I haven't
Stephen
watched
Moffat.
it again since we did our show last week because I don't. Well, actually, that's not true. I did watch a little bit of it at work with a fellow Whovian.
All right. Look, we got to wrap things up because we're done. We have an hour. We did the show. We talked about Blink, the best episode. My favorite episode made it to my number 1 top 10.
It's up there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely up there.
Didn't make my top 10.
I know because it's too good. That's the way it is. It is too good. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening again. We'll see you next time. Same channel, same lunacy. So, wibbly wobbly.
Timey wimey.
Tra. Oh, where's the thing?
The thing, it's there. Unlock the thing.